Hey guys, what's going on? It's a Block Ball right about now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel. Now, today we're going to take a look at the charts because we're finally seeing some price action. Thank the Lord. Anyhow, we are going to dive into it, but first and foremost, let's take a look at the economic calendar because we've just had the PPI news release over on the economic calendar. So the consensus was we was going to gain 0.1%. Well, the forecast was 0.1% and the consensus is 0.1%. So we are on target now in the US economy. Now, this is all leading up, and these sort of key decisions and these sort of figures that are being released over the last week or two are going to influence this this Fed press conference. Fed interest rate decision there at 7 p.m. US time. And then half an hour later, Jerome Powell will then obviously deliver the speech. So we are on track now to start cutting interest rates where it's going to get juicy. This is where the market begins to heat up. Now, negative interest rates will negatively affect the US dollar. However, that will have an inverse effect on crypto. So it's good for crypto. This is why you need any sort of dollars, any fiat currencies. I'm in the UK with the British pounds. I literally just plow everything into crypto because I don't want anything to do with fiat currency. It's worthless. Crypto is an appreciating asset, and that is the bottom line. Despite any bear markets, yes, we're going to lose money in the interim, but ultimately we are going to run wild with the crypto market this year, going into 2025 as well. The super cycle, I believe this super cycle is just heating up. Now, Velo is leading the market because before I move into this, I just want to I'll literally just cover this very, very quickly. Now, I'll filter through 24 hours. Velo is leading the pack on my shortlist. Now, this is my watch list, so it's mainly built of, I saw 222 tokens, or 2022 tokens, depending on how you want to say it. So you got XRP, Utility, XDC, I've got all ISO coins. Got a couple of meme coins in there. I mean, I got Gala. I wouldn't say Gala's a meme coin, but it moves in vertical lines, which is why it's one of my biggest picks in the interim. Got Hedera, Dodge, Stellar, Flirt, etc., etc. But on the daily, Velo and XRP are the top two gainers. So we'll take a look at these charts now. So we've covered with the PPI there. Forecast 0.1%, consensus 0.1%. So we're all on track. So as it is, let's take us into the charts now. I want to bring to your attention this sort of indicator that I've actually overlapped here. Now, Fibonacci's are really, really good for actually marking out targets here. So I've just used which one is it now? It's a fib channel, so it was this indicator here. So I was just having to play around with it, and I feel as though these could actually sort of forecast some accurate sort of price action, these targets going into this sort of bull market as we do progress into 2025. Obviously, we got Q4 to get out of the way first, not to get ahead of myself. But you can see here, if I actually zoom in and enlarge this chart, you can see here where I've marked it on the top of that weekly close here, and I've taken the bottom back in December of 2022. So we're going back over 2 years now, well, almost 2 years. 2 years in December. And look how price action has interacted. You can see here where we had that local high up at around just shy of 3 cents here. Now it actually tapped that 0.618 sort of retracement level. Now that is formidable in TA where you usually get that retracements. So if you was actually using this tool, you could have kind of predicted or forecasted that we was going to see that heavy retracement. I did get in. I just had a gut feeling. I did actually cash out of Velo. Well, I didn't cash out totally. I actually rolled my profits in to other tokens which were more stable that was yet to set off. Because usually if we get like 100% sort of price action, I like to rotate because I'm always expecting after 100% sort of rally, I'm always expecting the crypto to roll over to some sort of degree. I wasn't expecting it to be as heavy as this point. However, this is where we are now. Now, if I zoom into this like yellow sort of highlighted circle, you can see here, let's just move this out of the way for now. You can see here how we've actually come back in to retest this horizontal line, and it's a strong rejection. This is what should have happened with Velo back here in June of this year. So 3 months ago, we should have got that bounce and then rallied up to these sort of targets. However, Velo failed to hold the yellow trend line as support. So we've fallen through there, and then ultimately, we've liquidated a lot of positions, created a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, a lot of FUD in the market. A lot of people would have sold the bags because at that point, Velo is down. If you want to use the wick, people are down almost 75%, which is that's a remarkable number. Because you imagine being down 75%. A lot of people was, now let's just mark it down there and we'll just take it from the weekly high. So anywhere between sort of that 70 to 75% retracement, which is hefty. And this is what we've got to expect, funnily enough, in bull markets. Now, if I just delete that TA off there, you can see here, we've actually retested it, in my view, positively, and we've held as support successfully. So this is brilliant news for Velo. That means we can start targeting some of these upper sort of targets that I've got marked here on the chart. These two yellow horizontal trend lines here, one just below 5 cents and the other one up at around $1.27 as well. You can see the liquidation spike there. So $1.27 will be a sort of second target. Yes, we might, bump and grind around here before ultimately we get that sort of wild spike, trying to exceed and challenge these all-time highs, especially these three peaks before we do go into price discovery, if we get that far. Now, let's just overlap these fibs. So let's have a look, see if we can actually set up any other higher targets. Now you can see the bottom here, which is where it's marked from, to the top of this local high, or the high of 23 by the looks of it. Not quite the high of 23, but roughly the high of 23 there. So you can see these fib targets here playing out. Now it's up to you how much risk you want to take with Velo. Now I believe the cycle is going to end anywhere between Q3 and Q4 of next year. So even if we was to be conservative, and I'm going to borrow this sort of price here, even by April here, we could be up as not a chance. That can't happen, surely to God. Velo up at around $10, surely not. We are currently trading at around 1.5 cents. I do believe XDC can get to double digits, so I know at the moment XDC is currently trading around 2.5 cents, just above there. I do believe XDC can get up to $2. Now, if that's the case, there's no reason why a fantastic project like Velo are going to be targeting $1 trillion sort of gigs. There's no reason why Velo can't actually hit double-digit sort of targets in this super cycle, guys. However, again, it all just depends on how much risk you want to take. Nevertheless, let's move on to XRP, guys. XRP looks like it's dipped a bit. Let's have a look. So it just flashed from 8% up on the day to 6%. Now you can see here, this is on the log chart as well. So it looks as if we are challenging, and XRP is looking to close inside the wedge. We are currently testing the bottom of this trend line now. So it's fascinating times now for XRP to see whether or not we can actually get a clear sort of strong close going into the end of the week, especially on a Sunday. Let's see if we can get up there. So my target to get that close would be about 60 cents. We're currently but we're currently sort of rejecting. We spiked into there. Let me zoom in for you guys. We spiked in there to test the trend, and then we've rejected there. So hopefully over the next coming days, we do get that strong close. That's what I'm looking for now for XRP to really begin asserting and concreting this sort of price sort of action as support, because ultimately we want to be getting up to those double digits with XDC, with Velo. I have no doubt in my mind XRP will reach double digits. No doubt in my mind. I believe we could potentially reach triple digits in this super cycle. Now, if you want to see exactly where I'm actually targeting, you can see over here in the blueprint. So this is new forecasted sort of price targets as well. So you can click that link, or you can click the link in the description below this video if you guys are interested. So you just go over. You can have a nosy through if you really want. But ultimately, we want to access the plan. The plan is there, and that will be delivered to you instantaneously with the email that you sign up for as well. You can obviously change your payment terms, etc. Whether you want to pay with GPay, Apple Pay, I really don't care. Who cares? But all the information is inside that. Now, where are we now? We're on Block Bull. Let's get back to it, guys. We're on my charts. Here we are, back on XRP. So this is where we are now. Now, let's just have a look at Casper was also doing really well. Casper here. Wow. I do hold Casper. I've actually held through here. Casper for me was just a long-term hold. Just because, like, unless I've got significant bags, there's no point me trying to trade it. And I'll never encourage anyone to trade. I must reiterate that. I've got experience in the markets. I know what sort of risks are presented. If you want to go and trade, that's fair enough. That's on your back. But I can't endorse any of that sort of action, which hence why I've got a plan for the long-term hodlers and where to cash out. Now, look at Casper. Casper is literally respecting this trend line so much ever since this local high back in December of 21 now. So that was sort of a retest before we actually capitulated into the bear market. We got a bit of a bump, and it looks around this sort of period, April, May of last year, we're looking positive. Then Casper, for whatever reason, decided to grind down, get another pop, and we've massively declined here in price action. But surely to God, with the rest of the market, Casper has got to start playing catch up at some point. Now, Casper is literally trading just above 1 cent. So, not financial advice, but if you're not already in Casper, this would be a brilliant buying sort of opportunity now, because we're targeting up here at 58 cents. So, that's a 58x straight off the bat, just to get up to these weekly highs on this particular exchange. Now, we did actually have this liquidation spike. So, the all-time high on this exchange is actually $23.71, which is absolutely absurd. So you could technically look at a price like this. Isn't price action I'm making up here. This is legit price action, which Casper has previously entertained in the past. Now they are working with a BSN. So they are working with the Chinese government. So they have been handpicked. They have been chosen as one of the winners. Whether or not it's US adoption or Chinese adoption, there's certain cryptos that have been picked as winners. XRP being one of them. I believe it will run the NATO countries predominantly, the North America. It could ultimately replace that basket of currencies. But Casper with the smart contracts, upgradable smart contracts, which for me are unheard of. I feel as though Casper was the first sort of technology to actually introduce that enhancement with the smart contracts where they can actually upgrade them rather than issuing new smart contracts on the network. So Casper looking really well. Now you can see the returns on investment there. Wow, over 200,000% if it was to get a liquidation spike. Now you can just place your orders, because if it does wick up there again, you're never going to be able to. You're not going to be sat at the computer and hitting sell. So maybe just place some cheeky orders, sell orders in the market around that sort of $20 mark. I know I am for a fact. So if you get that, what do you need? If you only had, say, I don't know, say you've got $1,000 riding in Casper, plus, we'll just call it 200,000%. Just out of interest, 2 million off $1,000 plus your initial $2 million off $1,000. It's not even a pump, because Casper is a really good network. It's very strong fundamentals, very strong team. And again, they're working with the Chinese government. So not a financial advice, just a bit of fun for you guys. I'm going to wrap it up there anyway. I've been the Block Bull. Take it easy. Over and out.